Good morning, dear students. Good morning, everyone who is together with you today. Our English online live stream language evolution project starts with a very interesting topic with me, Victoria Vlasova, with DELUXE Private School. And today I do believe that we are going to have an interesting talk, mostly debates. I would like it to be debates, probably, why not, concerning the relations between Switzerland and Ukraine. We are going to talk much about 25th anniversary of partnership that Ukrainian people as well as Swiss people celebrated the 1st of August. It was the quarter of a century relationships between Ukraine and Switzerland. And of course, I'm going to share with you the information concerning the results, the perspectives and results of this partnership, of this mutual connection. Results, I do believe that in different spheres have been accomplished. Of course, as usual, I ask you, my dear friends, to share your opinions and of course to give your comments concerning the partnership Switzerland-Ukraine. And if you know some detailed information, some notices concerning this relationship, of course, in the commentaries, you're big welcome. You may, you should write and share your opinions concerning this topic that we have during our live stream today. Well, first of all, of course, as you may see, the some photos, some dossiers, yes, and reportings concerning this partnership. I visited as an honorable guest this event, and I should say that primarily the atmosphere, being a guest, the atmosphere that Switzerland presents and how it hosts Ukrainian guests, it's amazing, it's incredible. You feel yourself really very warm, and you feel this hospitality and hospitality of this country towards Ukraine and towards Ukrainian people. It's much to be admired with. Primarily, if to speak about the relationship between Switzerland and Ukraine, the mission that was given 25 years before for Switzerland nowadays is accomplished by Mr. Guillaume Scheurer. Mr. Guillaume Scheurer, he is Swiss citizen. But it's an interesting fact for me, probably for you also it would be kind of. Nowadays he's the ambassador of Switzerland in Ukraine and also in Moldova Republic. Also in Moldova Republic. He is an ambassador for the second time. This information I know exactly, and it's an interesting fact that Mr. Scheurer, Mr. Guillaume Scheurer, he is originally from Swiss department, French-speaking department. That's why for me it was also an honor to communicate with him in French and to represent the project DELUXE Private School a little bit in few words. And of course, definitely I'm happy, and I continue to realize the big mission that I have, that DELUXE Private School has in Ukraine, in the educational sphere, in education, in the vector of giving the perspectives for Ukrainian world, for Ukrainian educative youth world, in linguistic sub-aspect, in linguistic sphere. Well, so to discuss the partnership and to discuss the results mostly, yeah, of this partnership, I would like to touch, if you have any suggestions, of course, you may write these suggestions in the commentaries. Let me see the pen I have. So in the commentaries, if you have any suggestions concerning the topics, yes, that might be discussed now, you're welcome, please write, because I'm going to be spontaneous also, and I would like to catch up probably some of your suggestions, of your propositions, and spontaneously we are going to discuss them. If I see your comments, of course, I will try to share them, and I will try to negotiate them clearly. But the biggest vectors that I would like to discuss today in the vector of partnership, first one, it's of course the aspect, the moment that is rather essential for nowadays for Ukraine. It's visa question, visas issue. Non-visa regime, yeah, we have already discussed this in one of our topics, in one of our live streams. So concerning this question, it's this issue, it's rather interesting, because it's true that Ukraine had an honor to have from Switzerland to have the non-visa regime, and actually it's a good news for June 2017 for Ukraine. That's why I do believe that those Ukrainians who have already managed to have biometrical passports, Switzerland is ready to welcome you on their lands, and to give you all opportunities in order to have profit and to have bonuses and to have bright experience visiting Switzerland. Who is here? Tatiana, good morning. Everyone, good morning. By the way, Tatiana, you're always ready to discuss and to share the comments, and I know that you are connected with Switzerland. That's why if you have anything from the information that may be interesting for our today's followers and for our viewers, you're welcome. Share the information in the vector, in the aspect, good morning, in the aspect of partnership, because today's close topic is partnership relations, Switzerland, Ukraine, Ukraine, Switzerland during 25 years, and the results. The results, of course, mostly for Ukraine. We are discussing why, because we all know that Ukraine is the country that is developing, that has been developing after the post-Soviet space. Yes, and I would like, besides the information that I provide today for you, yeah, I would like you also to give me some hints, some commentaries, some information that might be essential for us to understand the perspectives of this interconnection of two countries, and of course how to strengthen this relationship, and not only for the political level, yeah, because political level it's high level, yeah, it's mostly like something general, yeah, but for me it's also interesting what every Ukrainian citizen can receive and can obtain while having the partnership with Switzerland in different spheres, education, medicine, culture, of course politics, yeah, that's why for me it's rather interesting. And the question also that is on air nowadays is the question with the military side, yeah, with the military actions that we have in the east of our country. And as far as I know, Switzerland highly supports Ukraine in the east part, but also there is another information that Switzerland also has close connection with Russia. That's why therefore we can't be sure concerning military situation and military position, and supporting or vice versa descending part of this country for Ukraine. Well, concerning cultural events, as far as I know, Switzerland highly supports Ukraine in different culture aspects. Not only, I mean, art, because it's very symbolic that anniversary, 25th anniversary of partnership happened, and it was held on the territory of Mystetsky Arsenal. So it's rather specific, creative place in Kiev, cultural place, yes, that halls and overviews all culture aspects of Ukraine, of its intercultural collaboration also. That's why, therefore, I find it very specific. Well, so culture, medicine, yeah, we are going to continue, but we have the comment now from Tatiana, our permanent guest and follower, Swiss all time, was neutral in all military questions. It not supports nobody, newer. Actually, thank you for this comment. Thank you for this comment. Nowadays, as I have the statistics, I have the media information. Somehow you are right, yeah, because Switzerland takes in this sphere like neutral position. You are right. Still, Switzerland provides help. Actually, the information is not very transparent here. We can't speak about weapon or guns in it, but it helps to provide the security for Ukraine. I don't know how, in what specification, yeah, because there is no information concerning it given by Mr. Schroeder, but I do believe that in this neutral position, Switzerland has an idea of like peace idea, yeah, peace, making peace. So it's not, this country is not going to clearly support or clearly be aggressive to any of the countries, yes, and it makes Switzerland, and it makes the authorities of Switzerland, as for me, rather wise. Wisdom is brightly seen here, and it's great for this country. Yeah, it's not aggressive, it's not gossiping country. Yes, it's a country with a good stable position of peace position, of not making any kind of aggression for both countries. Thank you, Tatiana, very nice. Those who are watching for us, those who are following our live streams, today we are speaking about relations, partnership between Switzerland and Ukraine in different vectors, in different spheres. Therefore, my darlings, those who are watching, if you have any questions, if you have any commentaries, any additions, probably you know something more clearly, you're welcome, write the comments, and we are going to discuss it together, all together. Continue. We continue. So if military situation is finished, the discussion about it, we may follow some other aspects. Yeah, some other aspects like cultural we have already discussed. Yeah, a little bit, not more. What else is interesting? What else is interesting in partnership? Last year, and I do believe this year also, Switzerland is highly interested in charity organizations in Ukraine. Charity organizations not only in one position here. Actually, charity is like a business card for Switzerland, dealing not only with Ukraine but with Moldova also. It supports the country. Switzerland highly supports Ukrainian charity organizations. It has charity organizations in different cities of Ukraine. It's like a corpus of humanitarian help, yeah, aid for different big cities of Ukraine, like Kyiv, of course, Odessa, Sumy, and Lviv. Kharkiv, also Kharkiv. There are some corpuses of this country that provide and assist people who need this help. Of course, I see the information concerning charity organizations for people. Mostly it's medical help, medical, spacious help, and of course it's what I see, it's like a kind of help with some alimentation, so nutrients. Probably also I do believe that kind of vitamins, medical help, assistance is highly provided for Ukraine. Either we needed Ukrainians, of course I think yes, because in Ukraine we have different levels, social levels, clusters, so to say, of people, and we have a big percent, one more time, according to the statistics that we have, people who are really poor, in spite of that a big percent for Ukraine it's for luxury class. It's more, according to the statistics, it's more than 42%. Well, but also the statistics has a big percent for poverty in Ukraine, for poor people, for orphan houses, for old people houses, and even for people with the multi-quantity of children in their families. And for me, as for the citizen of Ukraine, as for the Kievite, I think that it's a great mission. It's a big mission from this side of Switzerland that it provides for Ukraine. Tatiana's comment, from Swiss, possible to take like example all what is possible, like me mind, there is the perfect political law, business, agriculture, education system. Yes, Tatiana, if I understand you correctly, of course, it's also, I share your opinion completely. Of course, Ukraine definitely must take and must provide the manner and the system and the absolute vector of how Switzerland makes it. But for Ukraine nowadays, one more time, I'm making a stress on the post-Soviet understanding and post-Soviet probably mentality, of Ukrainians. We can't come very fast to this idea. Yes, we can't very fast, it's my subjective opinion, grasp and take these details of how correctly manage every of the spheres that you told. Of course, from the political sphere for Ukraine, it's rather difficult nowadays. Yes, after revolutions and after the problems that we had, from the what we have from the legal sphere. Nowadays, as you may know, also in Ukraine, we have the reformation in judging system that also will provide and for new reforms, obviously. This judge reform will also show some weak points probably in legislative system of Ukraine. Minimum 100 years need, probably, Tatiana, probably. Because coming, you see, it's not the problem, but it's the very interesting aspect. Ukraine entered the European Union. Ukraine pretends to have these European partnership relationships with these countries. But Ukraine is not totally ready for it. We have so many gaps to fill in with the competitive people, with the competitive structures that will act in different spheres, that 100 years probably, to change the mentality, to have a possibility of other generation to step and to have these suppositions, these reforms, these innovative ideas that will be implemented in our government, in our country. It's the question of mentality of a few generations, at least for the future. Completely right. So coming back to Switzerland, Swiss-Ukrainian relationship. It's very interesting, the information now, a little bit of statistics, that for the period of 2015 till 2017. Yeah, the information is the impact, the investment of the Swiss country for Ukraine in money equivalent made for 4 years, 3 years, yeah, it made 100 million Swiss francs. Yeah, for 3 years. So the question is, either all this money were exactly given, was exactly given for the needs of Ukrainians. It's very interesting, and of course, while such topics have been discussed, always there is a question: where are the reportings? Where are the reports, the conclusions, like visual to the public and visual to people, to citizens, and actually where simple, general Ukrainians can see the aid, the help, and the assistance of other countries for our state, for our Ukraine. Okay, so the culture, the medical topic we have discussed. Also interesting information for you probably in the educative sphere. In the educative sphere, there is a special fund by Bogdan Havrilishin. It's actually concerning the relationship in whole between Switzerland and Ukraine, and it's mostly for the sphere of youth, both in education sphere and in cultural life. It's very interesting because Switzerland, I do believe that Switzerland is mostly interested in involving young people, young Ukrainian people, for the cultural life, for the understanding and making not even popular, but making recognizable the Ukrainian culture, the Ukrainian art, and of course, it's a Commonwealth truth that Ukrainian youth, our generation, must pretend and must make all steps in order to maintain and to support our country on the European, on the world's even level, world's in heritage level, both in culture, in art, and in all aspects that might be interesting and might be privilegeable for our country, so to say. Good. Okay, what else is interesting to understand and to know? Of course, in general opinion, Switzerland and Mr. Schroeder, they are crazy about, in positive vector, about our lands, about Ukraine, about our capital, Kiev. For him, the best place in Kiev that he told is Sofievskaya Square, and one more time, dynamic probably issue that sometimes there is more love and more respect seen from Europeans, from other nationalities to our land, to our country, to our people, than from this country, our country itself. Well, in order to make long story short, in order just to make some recapitulations and conclusions to today's live stream, what I can say, I'm very happy that Ukraine is recognized and has been recognized and is continuing its activity in different spheres in the world's arena, in the European arena. I'm very happy for it. I do believe that Ukrainians, people of Ukraine, our citizens, will make their best in order to show the respect and in order to show the love for our country in different spheres. I wish you, my dear Ukrainians, not only Ukrainians, but for all people who are watching us, for all people who are not watching us, for everyone, to love your country, to make your job perfectly, to love what you do, and of course to trust by making some activities in the best future for you and for your country. Thank you, dearest, that today you stayed together with us. I do believe that our live stream about Switzerland and Ukrainian 25th anniversary partnership was useful for you. Me, Victoria Vlasova, DELUXE Private School, is usually and always ready to provide you with the essential, most essential and interesting information during our rubric Language Evolution. Wish you everyone best day, the best emotions, and see you in the next rubrics. Bye bye and all the best. Good luck.